For after that, he goes and he has to, he always leaves a path of destruction as he's leaving. So he, bashes up things, and you saw Ben's pictures here on the picture frames, knocks things over as he's going, goes down the hallway.
Elaine just put up a show of her own when she delivered the other half of Amber's closing arguments. But it seems like Amber's lawyer didn't get the assignment and basically collected points against their favor after she was clearly exaggerating and overrepresenting testimonies made by witnesses. And yes, I'm sure the jury wasn't impressed as well. So, what did Elaine reveal in her closing arguments, and how bad did she mess up? Let's find out, okay? So Amber's team started their closing argument with Rottenborn, and honestly, they should have let him finish the whole thing because after Elaine took over, it was a total mess.
And tried again to get Johnny charged. That's what this says. Now, we all know that's false, and it's heinously false. Because, after these events happened, and Ben talked about a little bit of it, but I'll talk about the rest of it, and I'm going to try to do it really quickly. But we all know Amber did everything in her power not to tell them who Johnny was.
I mean, look at how she overemphasized her points and was practically putting up a show to convince the jury, but we all know too much of anything can be harmful too.
Won't let it go. And that was his this time. There's somebody put that feces in the bed a month ago. That was his spin. So she gets Io Tillett on the phone. He's in New York at the time. He's going, they thought, this is ridiculous. Of course nobody did. And by the way, Boo has this huge problem. Of course it was Boo. He's always doing this. But Johnny just won't get there. So then they laugh. That makes him mad. Then he throws the phone at Amber. Amber screams out and says, "Ow, you just threw the cell phone at me. It hurts." Io says, "Amber, get out of there." Johnny gets madder, pulls her hair, grabs her and starts hitting her. So Io gets hold of Rocky Pennington. She comes over as quickly as she can. She goes and gets in between the two of them. She puts her hands up on his chest.
And based on the way Elaine was using exaggerated gestures or telling her narrative in an over-the-top manner, I'm sure the juries aren't impressed. This fan said that the jury wants Elaine to shut up. In her tweet, she said, "The jury trying to find the cable to unplug #Elaine Bredehoff, damn she is crazy." Even Camille was clearly wondering what was wrong with Amber's lawyer.
For perjury, do you remember that? That's malice. That's showing his intent to do harm to Amber. He also admitted that he speaks to that umbrella guy, and you'll see that one text in there from the person from TMZ. That umbrella guy is the big lead of Johnny Depp's, positive social media that is putting all the negative out on Amber Heard. And he also ended up getting knocked out of Twitter because he was abusing Amber. So now we'll go to the second counterclaim statement. And that is quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempts didn't do the trick. The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed.
Johnny was obviously amused at her as well.
And Josh gets out of there too. Then what does he do? He rearranges the furniture. Or he might have knocked something off, one of the countertops or something, I think, is the testimony of his bodyguards. But you saw the pictures. He went through and trashed that place again as he left.
Look at how the duo reacted while Elaine tried to reason out their argument. Didn't they look confused and out of it? Obviously, they look so done.
Johnny? No. They're not trying to do anything. They're trying to get him out of there, which makes this statement 100% false. Was it made with malice? Absolutely. There's nobody that thinks that Amber tried to press charges that night. Johnny knew that. But the other thing that's very helpful, and what you should look at, is Defendants Exhibits 772 and 773. Because once again, the next day, Johnny apologizes to Amber.
Of course, Amber was looking totally unimpressed with Elaine's show.
That's where Josh and Elizabeth are trying to help with Rocky's bead thing for the next day. And he comes in, storming in, and he says, "Get your bitch out of here." And he's got the big magnum, and he's mad. And Elizabeth is just terrified. She barely knows Johnny. She's met him 4 times, and she goes.
People on the internet were talking about it too, and most of them are criticizing Elaine for speculating and not laying down foundations to support her claims. This fan is sharing the same sentiment with the rest of us, saying. She's saying so much and saying all this stuff like she was there, but where was this stuff on the trail? And how is this supposed to confess? OMG, she was told to stop. In the end, Depp's team got 36 minutes for rebuttal, while Amber's team has to do their rebuttal within 6 minutes because Elaine's storytelling got a little overtime. It seems like Amber is sowing the fruits from her lawyer's self-centered closing arguments, because surely no one wants to do their rebuttal under 6 minutes, right? How about you? Were you able to sit through Elaine's closing argument, and do you think this will hurt Amber's chance of winning the case? Let us know in the comments below.